Good evening, sci-fi movie nerds, and welcome to another episode of the Sci-Fi Movie Guy Weekly Show. This is weekly show number 34, and I'm your host, Mike. And normally we start out with Star Wars news, but I'm not going to do that today because nothing that important happened in Star Wars news. And really, we're only going to be talking about one subject, and that is what the hell is going on at Warner Brothers. They are completely falling apart here. It is ridiculous. So, we got some news this week. Ben Affleck is not directing the Batman movie. We also got some news this week that Chris Terrio, who wrote Argo and Justice League, turned in a script for Batman. So, the news was, and what made all of us DC fanboys excited, was Ben Affleck was in charge of the Batman movie that was probably coming out in late 2018 or early 2019. Ben Affleck was writing it, he was directing it, and he was starring in it. He had full control. Now, this is coming from the guy who directed and starred in Argo. So we know you can do it. And yet you come out and say in the news this week, oh, I can't direct Batman because it's such an iconic role and I have to really pay it its due. You know what? Batman is an iconic role in the DC universe, but it's Batman. You put on a mask, you go, I am Batman. You know what? It's not really that difficult. We've seen other people do it, okay? Christian Bale did an incredible job in The Dark Knight. So, this is just Ben Affleck paying respect to Warner Brothers, who lets him do all of his other movies, which he just had a stinker, by the way, come out, because I think that he had too much on his plate, which I get. You know what? He's got a lot on his plate right now, but we need to go back and look at what's going on in Warner Brothers and why they can't recreate the magic they did with the Nolan trilogy of Batman, or even Man of Steel, which was a great film. There's too many people at the top of Warner Brothers getting in the way. Warner Brothers is not understanding what a director's role is. And a director's role is to direct his film. It is to make an incredible film. And you don't need studio executives who sit in boardroom tables and check the stock prices and check the box office numbers interfering in these movies. And this is not the only thing that's been happening lately. We have the Flash movie that's supposed to be coming out in 2018, which there's no chance in hell that's going to happen now, because they've gone through 3 scripts, they've gone through 3 directors, they're in a page 1 rewrite again. The only thing we know for sure is Ezra Miller is going to be starring in the Flash movie. That's it. That's all we know. Now we've got Batman. Ben Affleck, the guy who I think has portrayed the best Bruce Wayne and Batman on screen in Batman v Superman. Okay, yes, I liked Michael Keaton as Bruce Wayne in the original Batman 1989. Yes, I liked Christian Bale in The Dark Knight as Batman. But I think Ben Affleck has done the best job of Batman and Bruce Wayne so far. Now, critically, Batman v Superman had some problems with it. We all know that. The editing was terrible. It was supposed to be a 3-hour movie. Warner Brothers said, no, we can't get enough screenings in a day if you make a 3-hour movie because we got to make money on this. So, make it a 2.5-hour movie. Zack Snyder's like, what? Okay, if that's what I got to do, because he's a team player. Ben Affleck is also a team player because he's putting out these press releases trying to make it look like it was his decision to step down as director. And maybe it was. Maybe he stepped down because Warner Brothers is getting in the way of him. But we knew, as DC fans, we had hope because Ben Affleck, the director and actor who did Argo, won an Oscar, is in charge of Batman. Now he's not. As far as I can tell, he's just acting in it. He didn't do the script. He's not directing it. I have the Superman light on red. I know it shines horribly, but red is red alert. Red alert. DC's in trouble. Warner Brothers doesn't know how to manage the DC universe. They have too many people in there stirring around saying, what about this idea? What about this idea? What if Lex Luthor pushes a little Jolly Rancher into this guy's mouth in Batman v Superman? I think that would be funny. Wow. DC Universe, I'm scared. I grew up loving Super Friends, the Justice League. You have the best superhero characters to work with. This is a no-brainer. You have Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Arrow, Green Lantern. I mean, oh my God. You know what? And yet Disney puts Kevin Feige in charge, lets him run it. They don't get in the way. They just say, make us money, because that's what a studio is supposed to do. Just say, make us money. And it's making money. Captain America, you know what? For all the Marvel fanboys out there, sure, they knew who Captain America was. But in the mainstream of television in the 1970s, 80s, and early 90s, anybody who didn't read comic books and only watched television, went to a couple movies, they didn't really see anything to do with Marvel. But you've got these iconic characters. Now, the only hope that I have right now is Wonder Woman, because it seems like the director they got for Wonder Woman isn't letting anyone get in her way. The trailers look amazing. I'm hoping that she gets to edit the movie and Warner Brothers doesn't get in the way of that. But let's get back to Batman. I was so excited. I was like, okay, you know what, Zack Snyder, I think he's a good director. He's, makes movies a little too long, and that pisses off the studios. But we had Ben Affleck. He was going to make the Batman probably the best Batman movie ever. He needed time to do it, he told them, and he probably turned in his script, and Warner Brothers said, oh, you know what? No, make these changes, do this. And Ben Affleck came out a few weeks ago and said, oh, well, I think it was on Kimmel. He said, I might not be directing it. Who knows? Let's see. And I think that was his warning to the studio. Stop it. Get out of my way. But then they asked Chris Terrio to either turn in a brand new script or to rewrite Ben Affleck and Jeff Johns' script. We don't know. We probably will never know. But if it comes out, I'll let you know. We have got some serious problems. I said it last week. I'm going to say it again. Warner Brothers is a hot mess when it comes to doing DC films. I don't know what to say anymore. I have been defending Warner Brothers and I have been defending these movies, and I just can't do it anymore. I am scared for the DC Extended Universe. We have got Justice League coming out in November. Zack Snyder's doing it. Chris Terrio, again, he's a friend of Ben Affleck. He wrote it. I'm just praying that they get through that, because you know what? They can't handle another okay movie. They cannot do it. They had Batman v Superman. They had Suicide Squad. They were okay movies. In my books, they were between a 7 and 8. You need a 9.5. You need a 10. You need to knock it out of the park, like Captain America Winter Soldier, Captain America Civil War, Thor Dark World, Avengers 1, Avengers 2. They've knocked these out of the park over at Disney. And you know what? Warner Brothers has the money to do this. They released some great movies last year. I'm not saying they don't know how to make movies. I'm saying they don't know superhero movies. The only thing that I can hope for is that they give up on these DC movies and they sell all the rights to Disney so that Disney can handle all the superhero movies, and I'll get a great 100% that I can rate a 9.5 or 10 DC movie. That's my rant. I'm pissed off. I want to see a great DC movie. All my hopes are resting on Wonder Woman right now. Please tell me in the comment section what you think. And for everybody out there, nerds rule the world.